What is going on, guys? And today we're taking a look at how to level and build Ares in Season 4. This is the end of Season 4 right before the HRX. So this is about as late in Season 4 as you can get. So first things first is leveling his abilities. Now, I'll put this up here if you guys want to pause it and read the abilities for yourself. If you don't know them already, I'm not going to go through them. Level 1, you're going to want to get your shackles. You can get Searing Flesh if you want to play passively, but the problem with doing that is the enemy is going to know that you don't have shackles. Now, obviously, if you're playing Clash or something like that where you start on level 3, it's a little different. Or level 5, I think you might. I don't know, but no, 5 is Assault. But if you're playing Conquest when you start at level 1, you're definitely going to want to get the shackles. That allows you to be Ares and play aggressive, and obviously the enemy then knows that you have shackles and not Searing Flesh. So they probably won't aggress onto you. Secondly, you're going to want to get Searing Flesh because that'll give you more damage. Now, once you hit level 3, I would highly recommend going back into Shackles instead of Bolster Defenses, because at level 3, when you're in the mid lane with the Mage or dual lane with the Hunter, if you're still doing it like that, you're not going to really need this ability. So just having extra damage coming out from the Shackles at level 3 is going to help. And then once you hit level 4, you can get your 2. And then once you hit 5, you can get your ultimate. From there, the priorities is going to be Shackles, Searing Flesh, and then Bolster Defense, and then just get your ultimate whenever you can. No cooldowns go down on anything, but his ultimate does get some decent damage increase. So now, for the build, again, this is generally towards Conquest, so we'll do starter items and stuff like that, but you can use this build generally anywhere. And builds, I will say, are completely situational. You can't use one build every single game because there's 90-some gods in the game, there's counter building, there's all that, but this is just kind of a basic standard build for beginners maybe, or just someone who's new to the god that wants a little help, specifically in Conquest, because that is a lot more confusing than other game modes. You're going to want to start with Watcher's Gift. Ares has no clear, without a doubt the worst clear in Smite, camp clear, lane clear, anything. He sucks at it, so Watcher's Gift is a must. After that, a lot of gods will get 2 starter items in the beginning, but I like to get tier 1 boots with Ares because he has no mobility, no escape, no jump, no speed increase, no nothing. He's a very aggressive guardian, so that's why he has no ability to get out. So getting a tier 1 boots when everyone else usually has a double starter items will give you a little more movement speed. For the potions, generally just kind of get what you want. Potions are very subjective. I usually just get a couple green, a couple blue. If I'm playing in the soul lane, I'll get a multi-potion. Maybe I'll get the Chalice of Healing. So potions and stuff like that early on, everyone has their own strategy for it because everyone uses mana differently, and some people play more passive and they don't need health pots, so that's kind of subjective. Your relic, Blink. If you're not getting Blink as Ares, especially in Conquest, you're not playing Ares right, because people can just backstep you from your ultimate. It's not like you're going to catch up to them, so blinking in and ulting is very key with that. For your second relic, it again depends on the fight. If you're playing a lot of healers, like if they have a Hell and a Chang'e or something, Horrific Emblem would probably be nice. Or no, that's, where's it at? Cursed Ankh would probably be nice. If you're playing like, you know, people with a lot of mobility, like Susano and Mercury's, maybe a Horrific Emblem. But generally, Magic Shell is going to be a must on supports. Frenzy's really good too. Where's Frenzy at? Frenzy's really good. So, second relic can always be up to you. If you're playing support though, don't get Beads. Don't get Aegis. Hog's kind of out of the meta. Don't be one of those guys. Don't be getting Beads and Aegis as a support. That's all I can say. Other than that, pretty much subjective. So once you go back for your first time and you go and finish everything, you should probably be able to finish boots, and you're going to want to get Traveler Shoes. It'll give you that extra movement speed when you're not in combat, and Ares definitely needs it. So after that, this is going to depend on where you're at. If you're playing in the mid lane with the mage and you're playing another mage, you obviously want to get some magical defense maybe. If you're playing in the dual lane with another hunter, maybe some physical defense. But generally early on, an Ares passive, if you didn't know, he benefits greatly from aura items. The more aura items you have, the more power he has. So you can build full defense, but still get like an extra 150 power just from building aura items. It's pretty insane. So first item will be depending on where you're at and who their team comp is, but Jade Emperor's Crown is a really good item right now. Gives you 20 power, which is good for Ares, gives you physical protection, and gives you health, but it also has an aura. It gives enemy gods within 55 units, reduces their physical power by 30, so that's an aura, so it's going to give you 30 more power. So really good item in general for supports, but it's even better on Ares because of that aura effect. After that, you could probably look into some magical defense. If you guys are, snowballing a little bit, you're ahead, you can get a Void Stone early on to get even more power. If you're super duper ahead, you could even get a Mystical Mail first item instead of Jade Emperor's Crown. But to do that, you would need to be ahead, which is very possible with Ares, but also very unlikely with Ares. So it depends on how the game goes. Generally speaking, after Jade Emperors, I would probably look to get some magical defense. While Heartward isn't as strong as it used to be, it's still a decent item, and it is an aura item, and it also helps out your allies, which is being a support. Shogun's Kasari is also pretty good too, especially if you're running with hunters or have like Soul, who's an attack speed mage or something like that. So we'll go ahead and get a Shogun's Kasari, just because I think that's a little more common than Heartward right now. After that, another aura item, Gauntlet of Thebes, is still good. 300 health, 10 health, health per 5 seconds, and allied gods within 70 units have their magical and physical protections increased by 15. So, good overall. I didn't read the stats for Shogun's Kasari. It gives you some magical protection, gives you some mana per 5, some cooldown, some crowd control reduction, and allied gods have their attack speed increased by 25%. So if you're running with a Medusa and a Cucullin and a Soul, if you have a Medusa, Cucullin, and a Soul on your team, that item's going to be amazing. So it really depends on who you have with comps and stuff, but regardless, these items will work in any comp. That's why I'm making these videos, because you can't really go wrong with this build. So it's a big thing. After that, you could get, what do we got here? We got some physical, we got some magical, and we got some health. Probably at this point, you're going to want some more magical power or magical protection. Void Stone will give you that power with it as well. It gives you 150 health, 20 power, 60 magical protection, and enemy gods within 55 units have their magical protection reduced, so allowing you to poke out a little more. Eventually, you'll be selling Watcher's Gift at any point that you need to, and to round off the items, like I said, Mystical Mail is a good one, but you're not going to want to get it this late into the game. So if you're going to get Mystical Mail, you're going to want to get it earlier on when you're kind of ahead. But I'm going to go ahead and get Pythagorean's Piece to finish this off, because it gives you power, gives you some mana, which Ares isn't the greatest on. A little bit of lifesteal, which, I mean, hey, why not? More cooldown to pair with Kasari right there. And then allied gods within 70 units have increased magical lifesteal by 12%, increase magical power by 30%, or their physical lifesteal by 10% and their physical power by 20%. So another great aura item, another great support item, and both of those go hand in hand with Ares. So you're going to be moving around a little faster with Traveler's Shoes, giving you some aura items all around the board to get you some extra power so you can be a little more aggressive, but you're still fairly tanky. As you can see our stats here on the side. I already went to the second relic. With Ares, you don't necessarily want to build all aura items all the time, just because there are other good support items that obviously work with Ares, but you can't go wrong with aura items. And if you're playing just a casual Clash or even a casual Conquest or something like that, and you're playing Ares, or even Arena and you're playing Ares, this build is gonna just destroy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to drop a like and hit subscribe for more builds like this, and until next time, peace.